Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 5th. I'm Jasmine Anderson. An arraignment today for the migrant from Venezuela accused of shooting two NYPD officers from Long Island. Police say 19-year-old Bernardo Raul Castro Mata was involved in a shootout with officers Richard Yaruso of Suffolk and Christopher Abreu of Nassau Monday in Queens. If convicted on the top charges, Mata, who entered the U.S. illegally, faces up to 40 years in prison. Only in Newsday, the president's new executive order for the border could cut the number of migrants flowing to Long Island and the city. Some immigration advocates tell us it could slash the weekly flow by as much as 15%. President Biden's new order went into effect at midnight. The action allows the U.S. to block asylum seekers from entering the country along our southern border when illegal crossings exceed 2,500 a day. Northwell Health is expanding financial aid for uninsured and underinsured patients. In an agreement with the state attorney general's office, Northwell will approve free or discounted medical care in its hospitals and some outpatient sites to families making up to $156,000 a year. It will also limit medical debt collection. Suffolk has taken a step toward a sales tax hike to fund sewers. Yesterday, the county legislature voted to close a public hearing on whether to allow a referendum that would let residents vote on the hike. The proposed 0.125% increase would fund a sewer system expansion. If lawmakers and the county executive approve the proposal, it would appear on the ballot in November. Today is the second match of the T20 Cricket World Cup on Long Island. Players from India and Ireland will go head-to-head this morning at the temporary cricket stadium in Eisenhower Park. On Monday, fans watched South Africa beat Sri Lanka. The tournament runs through June 12th. Yankees ace Garrett Cole is working his way back to the Bronx. The reigning Cy Young winner was sharp in his first rehab game since injuring himself in spring training. Cole struck out 5 in 3 1/3 innings for the Somerset Patriots in New Jersey last night.
I thought it was really fun overall. It was a nice environment. Felt really great to get back out there and get back in the flow of things, get some adrenaline.
Cole's next rehab start is set for Sunday. We'll be back. That was the message in the Rangers locker room on breakup day. Newsday Rangers beat reporter Colin Stevenson takes a look at what's next for the Blue Shirts.
Tuesday was breakup day for the Rangers, whose season ended on Saturday night with a loss to the Florida Panthers in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final. The goal for the Rangers this year was to win the Stanley Cup, so on that note, it was not a successful season. However, they did win the President's Trophy, and they did make it to the Eastern Conference Final, one of the final 4 teams left in the chase for the Stanley Cup.
Most wins in team history, and I think a lot of those things you're going to look back on in a lot of years and look at those things in a positive way. Obviously, we didn't get to the end goal, but I think it was a great season for us.
We have a number of pieces that we know have worked and have clicked, and we're right there. I think this group knows that, and a couple bounces our way. Those last couple of games, we're sitting in a different spot.
The question for the Rangers is, what do they have to do to get past the Florida Panthers? They feel like they're right there. They feel like they have the players that they need. They just have to play a little bit better next season. And they're dedicated to work all summer to get ready for that, be back in September, and try and do it again next year. For Newsday Sports, I'm Colin Stevenson.
Colin, thank you. Read more about the Rangers on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now to an extraordinary senior. A 12-year-old is about to graduate from high school in Malvern. Macy Eglund has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's molarity by definition, it's just the number of moles divided by volume. So.
This is Saborno Berry of Lynbrook, and like many Long Islanders, he's set to graduate high school this month. The thing is, he completed the credits in just 2 years. And did I mention he's 12?
We have a height of 1, At this point, we have a height of 2. There are so many things that you have to handle when you're in high school, especially when you're 12, that you can't just stop to think, whoa, I'm in high school.
He's always on. He's always thinking, he's always creating, he's always challenging himself.
From a very young age, Soborno's parents knew he was gifted. He memorized the periodic table of elements at just 3 years old.
It's just kind of like a measure of how much space is in here.
How much space is in there?
Probably like 10 gigabytes, less than your average computer.
Soborno is set to become the youngest person to graduate from Malvern High School, another accolade added to his already long list of achievements. At 4, Soborno was recognized by then-President Obama. He's won numerous awards and has taken college courses. He even taught his own as a guest professor.
I forget sometimes that he is a young guy, and you wouldn't know it when he gets up to the board and starts writing an equation that he just memorized 2 seconds ago.
I try keeping myself to a high standard, even when you catch a strain of senioritis. I mean, I've already been accepted to college. Why not just chill?
But if you know Soborno, you know he won't just chill.
I'm going to be attending NYU as part of the class of 2028, hopefully 2027 if I get everything finished quick enough.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Wow, I'm blown away. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Getting to the Fire Island ferry docks just got a lot more fun in Bayshore. Beth Whitehouse has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Any escape to Fire Island begins as soon as you get on the ferry. But first, you have to get to the boat. That can mean battling traffic on Maple Avenue or hoping that you get a spot in one of the lots next to the dock. But now, there's another option, a pedicab.
We're going to be transporting people from Gibson and Ocean right down to the drop-off point at the ferry terminal on Maple Avenue. It's $5 a person each way. There's a huge traffic problem down here, especially in the summer. Getting down to catch your ferry, it backs up, and a lot of people miss their ferry. So we are going to try to run people down in the pedicabs and have less cars coming down Maple Avenue.
There is so many benefits, I think, to pedicabs and to biking. I think moving away from a car-centric environment is really important. I think bikes are eco-friendly, they're cost-efficient. You get exposure to vitamin D out in the sun.
The driver is like a modern-day Fred Flintstone, propelling the vehicle with the power of his feet. Well, and a little bit of an electrical assist.
We started in 2019 Fire Island Pedicab over at Kismet and Field 5, and we've been transporting people back and forth for 5 years now to the lighthouse as well. It's been a successful business. We have 6 cabs over there, and we're going to start here on Maple with 2 and see how it goes, and then add cabs as we need them.
While right now Fire Island Pedicab has 2 3-seaters running, the owner hopes to eventually have 10 6-seaters going back and forth to the ferry. Islip Town Councilman Michael McElwin told me the pedicabs are just one solution that the town is considering in order to mitigate some of the traffic issues at the Bayshore Ferry. For Newsday TV, riding in a pedicab, I'm Beth Whitehouse.
Enjoy, Beth. Read more about Fire Island pedicabs on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Checking out your hyper-local Wednesday weather. Dry today, but there's rain on the way. Here's a look at Shinnecock Fishing Dock in Hampton Bays. Some sun today, but mostly cloudy skies out there right now. Here's a look at your day planner. Again, a lot of cloud cover today. That's because rain is on the way, highs in the 70s. Your futurecast showing heavy showers beginning tomorrow morning, but it should lighten up by noon. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.